everyone. Wow, I can't believe the week went by so fast. It's time to get ready for Shabbat. Wow. So today we're going to read Hannah's Sabbath Dress, an Israeli folk tale. You know, it's tradition to get dressed in your best clothes for Shabbat. So, what we're going to see today is what happens when Hannah puts on her new dress for Shabbat. Are you ready? Let's go. Hannah's Sabbath Dress. There was once a little girl named Hannah. Her mother made her a white Sabbath dress. Hannah couldn't wait to see it. There's her mom sewing the new dress. On the afternoon before the Sabbath, Hannah took a bath and then put on her new dress. So there she is, getting ready in the tub. It was beautiful. Hannah was very happy. Her mother was happy too. Look at her dancing around in her new white dress, and her mom is just smiling. It's going to be a great Shabbat. Then Hannah went outside. Just past the gate, her dog Susie ran up. Woof, woof, barked Susie. Look, Susie, look at the new Sabbath dress Mama made me. Susie wanted to jump up, but Hannah said, No, no, Susie, you'll get my dress dirty. See, here comes Susie, all excited to see Hannah. And Hannah was all excited to see Susie, but she didn't want to get her dress dirty. Can you blame her? She went a little further and met Edna, the cow. Hannah patted Edna and said, Look, Edna, see the new Sabbath dress Mama made for me? Edna bent down to lick Hannah, but Hannah said, No, no, Edna, you'll get my dress dirty. She's friendly with all the animals. She walked a little further, and just as she turned around to go back home, she saw a man coming out of the forest. There's this man in the forest. I wonder what's in that bag. The man stopped and took the heavy sack off his back. Then he sat down to rest. As Hannah came closer, she saw that he was an old man and he was covered with sweat. She looked at him and asked, Are you tired? Yes, said the old man. I've been in the forest since sunrise, making charcoal. See my new dress? Asked Hannah. It's my Sabbath dress. My mother made it for me. It's very nice, said the old man. Thank you, she said. So here she is, all excited about her dress. The man sat a little longer and then he stood up. The sun was almost set, he said. The Sabbath is near. I must go on my way. Then he put his sack of charcoal on his back and started off with slow, heavy steps. See, there they are talking in the forest. Hannah saw his back bent under the load and ran up to him. Can I help you? She asked. The man smiled. That's very kind of you, little girl. So Hannah walked behind him with her arms stretched up high to help hold up the heavy sack. They walked along, talking together for a while, but then the man stopped. That's enough now, he said. You're a good girl, but it's time you went home. Look how heavy that sack of charcoal looks, but look at Hannah trying her best to help the old man. So Hannah turned and skipped happily down the road until she looked at her Sabbath dress. What is this? There was a black spot here. There was another one there, and another, and another, and another. Hannah's dress was covered with black stains from the charcoal maker's sack. The dress was ruined, and on the first day she wore it. So here she was going home, but then she discovered that her dress was soiled. What do you think? Yeah, I think she was sad. Hannah burst into tears. When twilight fell, Hannah was still sitting on a rock all alone in the field, sobbing bitterly. There she is, just crying away. She's so sad. It was the first time she wore that dress. The moon looked down and whispered in a voice that only Hannah could hear. "What happened, child? Why are you crying?" whispered the moon. See the moon up here? Oops, where is it? There it is. Hannah could barely speak. She pointed to the black spots on her new dress. "Look, moon, my Sabbath dress." The moon looked, and then he asked in a voice that only Hannah could hear, "Are you sorry you helped the old man?" See, she's showing the moon her dress. But he's asking, "Are you sorry?" "Oh, no, 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 no. I'm not sorry at all. But my dress, my white Sabbath dress, my mother." Then the moon glowed brightly and whispered, "Don't cry, child. Go home and don't worry about your dress. All will be well." So Hannah started for home. She was just sad about her dress, but not about helping the old man. As she walked along, the moon followed her. Moonbeams flooded down and touched the dress. Every black spot became a tiny bead of light. Soon Hannah's dress sparkled and glittered. It glowed like the purest silver. Look at her shining. She's got a whole glow around her, doesn't she? On her way, she met her mother. "Who is this?" her mother asked. "It's Hannah, Mama. Don't you recognize me?" Hannah laughed as she ran into her mother's arms. As they walked home, Hannah told her mother everything that had happened. And then they went inside, the whole room filled with light, the light of Hannah's Sabbath dress. Can you see the light coming off of her dress, filling the room? And Hannah's mom is so happy to see her. So besides the Sabbath candles, Hannah's dress was giving off the light to start Shabbat. You know, what a nice story. Here Hannah was trying to keep her dress so clean until she met that old man in the woods with his charcoal bag. But you know what? She just had to help him. You know, we talked about that theme this week. Hannah did a mitzvot. She did a good deed. And not only that, she was very kind and responsible. So that makes her a mensch. Two words that we talked about a lot in last week's stories. Doing mitzvot and being a mensch. And you know what? The moon recognized all the goodness that Hannah had to offer. So he traded up her dirty dress for sparkles and glowing beams. Wow. See what a little kindness can do? So you know what? Once again, let's try to keep kindness in our hearts and in our actions. You know, the old rabbis taught us that all Jews are responsible for each other. But you know what? It's not just Jewish people. It's all people. We all need to have a little kindness to help create a better world. So Let's try to remember those two words, mitzvot and being a mensch. That's our thought for today. Signing off. Be good. Be healthy. Bye, everybody.